I'm in a heartbeat that I used to know, and faded light burning soft and slow, but I carry on, digging deeper in my mind. Still so much left of me to find, so I carry on, reaching up to find the surface with eyes open. I can start again.
Hi everyone. So we just finished visiting Jubilee Church, and it was a very beautiful church with a red facade because of the red bricks and the adobe stones, and the entrance was so beautiful because the way there was the road there was lined with red bricks as well. So for those of you who missed that episode of Jubilee Church, I'm going to put the link down below in the description, so please feel free to click it. And if you have not yet subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. And once again, I thank everybody who subscribed so far, because as I said earlier, yesterday I found out that I passed the 500 mark. So I'm really quite happy, and I'm really motivated to continue this channel. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you so much. Now we're headed to Majayjay Church. It's not that far. It's just a couple of kilometers away from Jubilee Church. So if you visit Jubilee Church, I suggest you also visit Majayjay Church, because Majayjay Church is the third oldest, based on the current research. It's the third oldest church in the Philippines.
Okay, so I haven't had breakfast yet, so I looked for a restaurant by the road to stop by for breakfast. There were a couple of them, but I was a bit hesitant to stop there because number one, I didn't know the place. Number two, we still have the COVID-19 concern. I saw this place here. Looks like a small quaint resort. I thought they had a restaurant, but there's nobody here, so I just stopped by the side and decided to grab a sandwich that I took from my home and have this as my breakfast.
Okay, let me slow down here so you can see. There it is, Majayjay Church. Majayjay. So we're in the municipality of Majayjay. Right. I can see the steeple now. You see that pointed roof up there? That's a steeple, I believe. So at one point in the 1700s, when full construction of this church was completed, this was once the largest church in the Philippines. But of course, for those of you following my channel, now the largest church, Catholic church in the Philippines, and in fact in Asia, is the Taal Basilica. How do we enter this church here?
So the gate to the church was closed, so I had to walk here and park my bike outside. So we're here now here in the front, at the front of Majayjay Church, and let me just step away a bit so you can get a
full picture of it.
And when the night is finally done, I know the best is yet to come. I lift my head up to the rising sun. I run towards you in the horizon. I run towards you in the horizon.
Here's the marker of the church. So it's in Tagalog, but it says that the Augustinian missionaries arrived here, Majayjay, and it was built sometime in 1571 and was burned in 1576. It was then built again in 1578 and burned in 1606. And then this marker says that they started building the concrete structure from 1616 to 1649. And so it was finished in 1649.
Part of the huge convent is now a Catholic school called Liceo de Majayjay. The convent itself is said to be one of the best preserved convents in the Philippines, as well as the earliest surviving example of its kind. Majayjay Church was declared a National Cultural Treasure by the National Museum in 2001. It is styled as a Romanesque church and is also made of adobe stone with red tiles. Its facade has 3 proportionally scaled levels. The 5-story square bell tower has a conical roof, and the belfry has arched windows, each with a bell and a large antique bell on top. After the church burned in 1660, the rehabilitation team decided to sandwich the ruins between 2 layers of brick walls, which resulted in an unusually thick wall of around 3 meters. Inside the church, the floor is tiled with azulejo, which is a kind of glazed colored tile used in Spanish and Portuguese buildings, and the walls have been preserved with some alterations. The major altar is found at the very front of the church, and there are 4 other minor altars with intricate designs. After my prayers inside the church, I exited from the side door and felt very blessed to see the statues of the 3 archangels, Saint Michael, Saint Gabriel, and Saint Raphael. The interior and exterior surroundings of the church were very serene and conducive to prayer, and and I felt spiritually and physically uplifted and ready to continue on with my journey for this particular ride and further on.
Okay, folks, that was Majayjay Church, and we're now moving out of Majayjay municipality, and we're now going to Lake Caliraya. I hope you liked what you saw in Majayjay Church. Unfortunately, the gate going inside the church was closed, but the church itself was open, so that was good. We were able to walk around the church and admire its structure as well as the interior.
And when the night